Hey, in this video, we're going to be interviewing Vicky's Dream. I'm Chris with Picks and Sticks Music Studio, and if you're new to this channel, we're an all things music channel. We like to support our local artists and bands. I'm very excited about this interview, and if you want to see more interviews like this, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, and don't forget to smash that like button because that really goes a long way in supporting the bands and this channel. More we support this channel, more we can support the local bands and stuff. So this is episode number 28 of the local band series, and I'm very excited to introduce Vicky's Dream to the interview. Let me unmute them and bring them in. Hey guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
So let's get started with some questions. So you guys, as you guys know, I always do my icebreaker questions, and the icebreaker question is, what is your favorite scary movie? Individually.
I have to think about it.
I would say Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm. Evil Dead, all of them.
There's so many, but I really love the original Amityville Horror. Yeah.
I'd have to go with the Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a comedy horror, but yeah.
I know what you're talking about. That's cool. Yeah. Scott Reeves is in here. He's our moderator, and he's saying to ask questions to the band, and we'll answer those questions, or the band will answer those questions. So, all right, I already got one. Ask them what's their favorite song.
Oh, wow.
That's a hard question.
There's a lot of songs out there.
There's so many.
Oh, man. Does it matter what band or
no?
Just in general?
No. I mean, I didn't ask the question, but I'm sure it doesn't matter.
The Noose, A Perfect Circle.
I don't think I've heard that one yet.
Oh, it's a good song.
It's a good song.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it'll be Cage from Duran Gray. They're a Japanese rock band. But yeah, that'd be my favorite.
Cool.
I'm going to go with Jungle Love, More Stay in the Time.
Nice. So one thing we didn't do off the bat, let's get also started by introducing you guys. If you want to go and start doing that, that'd be awesome.
Okay. My name's Toxic. I'm the bass player.
I'm Crow. I'm the lead singer and lead guitar player.
I'm the Prince, and I'm the guitar player.
I'm Phantasma. I do vocals.
Nice. So how'd you guys get started as a band?
GT.
Well, it started way back, just me alone. And I came up with this idea, and I looked for musicians to collaborate with. And soon after, I found these guys over here. So we became Vicky's Dream as a collective.
Nice. I got somebody asking to be a moderator. I can do that after the after this interview. I can do that, but I can't do it right now during the interview. But yeah, I would love to do that. So, cool. So I've heard a story of how you came up with your name, but our audience hasn't. So how did you come up with the name?
Well, the name Vicky, it came from the Batman movie, the 1989 Batman movie. And it came from Vicky, what's her name? Valentine. She was the love interest of Bruce Wayne. And so I kind of played around with the idea of Vicky, and then adding the dream to the aspect, as well as post-apocalyptic kind of story-based, and kind of came up with the idea of figuring out, like, you know what, let's just do like a post-apocalyptic rock kind of band,
Right.
And yeah, that's how that came about.
Cool. So what's some of your musical backgrounds?
Mine's it's diverse. I listen to metal, punk, a lot of goth, a lot of Japanese rock. Especially back in high school, I listened to a lot of Japanese rock. And Darren Gray being the main leading force of Japanese rock. So I kind of combined everything and came up with my own little style, which I figured that it was kind of like unique. And pretty much that's where I come back. I come from as far as like my background.
For me, I started in a high school band called Onomatsu. It was kind of like a rock jazz kind of outfit, and we played different styles, like Latin styles, and kind of like television mixed with, like, a big influence for me was Ween, just because they have such different songs. It's not so much the joke style of music that we played, but we all had different songs. And then I also joined another band called Drenched in Sin. I was the bass player in that band, and that was just totally death metal. So I'm kind of all over the place. But I would say some of my biggest influences for me, especially being in this band, is the Damned, the Plasmatics, the Misfits. We all love the Misfits. So before it was just Toxic and Brents that started the band, and then I joined in 2019, and I was recruited as a singer, and then they wanted me to play more guitar, so I incorporated the guitar and singing, and then we kind of felt like it needed more. The music needed some more, so we added Phantasma later in 2021, and that's what really completed the whole group. So now we have 2 lead vocalists in the group, which is awesome.
That's great. And you guys sound great together too. You balance each other out well. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's a question. We kind of just touched on it a little bit. Well, what are some of your, this by Straight Jacket Studios, what is some of your musical influences, band or artists that we might not expect? You kind of touched on that. If you guys have any more?
Yes, Faith No More, been a huge influence. Toxic and I, we both love Mike Patton. We're big Mike Patton fans. You can kind of hear it in the vocals in our album, because I like to do different styles with my voice in there. So he's been a huge influence in that, and also with the bass playing for Toxic as well. And we would also say Perfect Circle.
No Effects.
No Effects, yeah.
Pennywise.
That Midler.
Susie Sue, Peter Murphy.
Prince for me.
Alice Cooper.
Pussifer. Nirvana. Sonic Youth. Marilyn Manson, Nine Inch Nails.
Wouldn't those be expected? They asked what wouldn't be expected.
No, Mozart.
Mm-hmm.
I do like to listen to Mozart every once in a while.
Sade for me.
Sade, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quite understand this question. They asked, who was the lead singer before? You guys were more instrumental before you guys got everybody on board, right?
Before I joined,
Yeah.
They had auditioned a couple of singers.
Yeah,
Did you
really?
guys?
Yeah, Carlos from this band called The Rack. He was the lead singer before Andrew joined.
But then he didn't work out.
That's why I was kind of leery of answering that question.
He's a great player, though.
Amazing musician, but it was just not what we kind of were going for.
Right.
As far as our sound.
Hey, Scott, let me know how my volume is and everything. I forgot to ask you that in the beginning. I never can get this interface exactly the same every time. So let me make sure I'm sounding okay.
Great on our end.
And I did figure out they changed it up on me, but I did find that share screen thing. So we definitely can, a little bit later in this interview, we're going to be showing their little promo for their new single, or it's not a single, it's off their new album. Morbid is the song, and we'll be playing that. It's a promo video for it, and it's awesome. So when are you guys releasing? Are you going to do a full video on that, or? it's kind of like a little tease right now.
Yeah, we do have a full video coming out. It's currently in post-production. It should be coming out soon, hopefully within a month or something like that.
Right, nice. I'm excited about it because that video is already kicking butt. So, or, you know, that little promo thing.
Cool.
So
It's gonna be a whole new vision, something unexpected. So
right. So you want to talk about the album? I know you just released it, and it's already kicking ass. I mean, you guys are. It's amazing. One of you guys shared with me today that you guys have already had like over 3,000 followers on the
we're at 18,000 streams right now.
What now?
We're at 18,000 streams right now.
Yeah.
Kind of unbelievable, man. I was like,
crazy.
is this a glitch? Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
That's all.
as soon as you sent that to me, my wife's like, "Why are you on your phone again?" Because we were like working in the basement. I was like, "Look at this! What they just sent me." I was like, "They got, 3,000. It was like 3,400, right?
3,371 monthly listeners right
Yeah."
now.
I was like,
Yeah.
that means like their songs are even getting more than that because people play the song more than once. So
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you guys. That's so awesome. That's technically your debut album, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's our first album, man.
The feedback we've been getting on it has been amazing, truly, and we really do thank everyone out there that's supporting us and listening to us right now. And it's just been a blast, this whole experience for us. We went from playing Little 5 Points Halloween Festival last year in around Halloween time, and this year we've been opening up for Wednesday 13. Cyclone 9, Blitz Kid. I mean, it's been amazing, awesome year for us musically.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I can't wait to see you guys. I haven't seen you guys play yet. I met you guys at where was it? It was Smith's Old Bar. That's where I met you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I definitely need to come out and see you guys play soon. We just answered that, but thanks for the question, Straight Jacket.
It'll be coming soon. Yes.
It'll be coming soon.
Scott says we're sounding good.
Cool.
Thanks, Scott. Cool. So you want to talk about the song before we play it? And then after we play the song, we can talk more about the album in depth.
Sure. Absolutely. So we have this whole post-apocalyptic theme. For those that don't actually know the story, it's about a girl named Vicky. She falls asleep and she enters into this post-apocalyptic world overrun by demons and evil forces, and they're working together in conjunction with a tyrannical terrorist organization. And she has to figure out how to fix everything and put everything back into balance. And through this, she's learning things about herself. She's like a hero. She represents a beacon of power and hope to all that support her in her quest of fixing this whole world that she's awakened to. So this song Morbid is about her descent into darkness and her love for morbid things and such. So it's because this world is so overrun by darkness that she's entered into. It's her morbid curiosity, a love of death, and she's experienced this in her life too. So that's what the song's about.
Nice. Okay. Well, let's get this up. Sorry. Hey, everybody. There's quite a few people in here. If you're enjoying this video, smash that like button for us. And if you want to see more interviews like this, don't forget to subscribe and stuff like that. All right. Let's go to solo. I gotta bring that in. Sorry. It just takes a second to do this. All right. I'm going to mute you guys. That was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, that was done by our good friend Edward Walter.
Shoot, I'm trying. There, sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, it's okay.
Name that band.
I don't remember, man.
Something wrote.
It's funny that they came up right after playing yours. That's interesting. That was the Relics, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Random, another local band. It comes up right after.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So how fun was that to shoot that video?
That was actually done at our show at the Masquerade, at the Wednesday 13 show that we played.
Okay.
With Dark Bloom, good friend of ours. Great band too to play with, and Tombtones too as well. Yeah, and was there another band on that bill?
No.
That was just us. Okay. Yeah.
Another local band.
Yeah. Yeah, that was done during that show.
Nice. All right, so let's talk about the album. Let's it's pretty cool how you have like it's almost like a little story, right? Kind of.
Yeah,
it's kind of a little story.
It's a concept. We're the whole band is a concept.
Yeah.
We're Vickis thought forms. We are literally inside of her head. So we each represent different parts of her psyche to each of our characters, which is pretty cool. And then it's the whole album is a story in and of itself. There's a whole storyline to the album, but what's cool about it is it can also stand alone by itself. You can just listen to the tracks and just like dig them, which is cool. But so she awakens into the world, the post-apocalyptic world, and then with the next track, Deja Vu, she has stumbled into this insane asylum, and she sees this man just going crazy, and this kind of reminds her of things she's dealt with in her past. So we're still developing part of the story, but she has experienced a lot of trauma. So all these our songs are her dreams, and they represent experiences that happened to her, but they're also happening within the dream world as well. So she's entered into this insane asylum. This man's just going crazy. He's killing a bunch of people. It's horrible scene, and she flees, and that's where we go into Morbid, and she rides the train through the darkened tunnels, and she's kind of diving into her darkness and such. And then from there, the train stops and goes into this forest, and in this forest she's walking through, and there's the Wendigo. The Wendigo is the beast that's chasing her through the forest, and it's there because she's kind of has some trauma that she hasn't dealt with. And that song in particular is like her being consumed by this darkness, right? When we talk about the Wendigo, it's a creature of evil that it's just a savage beast, that just has this insatiable hunger and greed for things, and is something that's been plaguing Vicky. So it's something that she has to figure out how to get rid of. And then when she goes out of the forest, she ends up stumbling into this desert area, desert sands, and she sees these figures on bikes, and they're the desert punks, and they're kind of like the Mad Max warrior style of things, and she has to fight them, and then it leads into another forest where she sees a cottage, and there she kind of she notices, or she sees a fire going, and she gets called to by these kind of demons, but they're almost kind of trying to help her. She's at that point, she's just kind of fed up with everything that's been going on, and she kind of embraces her own darkness and kind of goes into beast mode, we could say. So and then so from there she after that we go into Nukamal, which is where everything, she has a vision and the whole world explodes, right? So there's this virus that happened and killed a bunch of people, and it's a horrible thing, kind of like what happened here. It kind of resembles a little bit real life, but
Right.
It's an epic story.
yes, it is. Indeed, it is.
You wrote this stuff before the pandemic too, right? And so it's kind of a
Yeah, we actually created a song called Virus right before the pandemic.
Yeah,
The title is Virus, yeah.
it's not on the album, but it'll probably be on a future album. But it's kind of creepy.
right.
Another kind of strange thing that happened the night the album was supposed to drop. There was a lunar eclipse that was supposed to follow, but then it dropped 2 days later, and followed by that was a hurricane. So it was I don't remember the name of the hurricane, but
Yeah.
what it was called, the one that just hit Florida or whatever.
Yeah.
That just blew through Georgia. It was just kind of weird. I don't know.
It was, and then when we wrote Nukamal, it happened before the virus struck, which was crazy. It was like written a year before all that happened. So
Wow.
yeah,
It's all the government creating viruses to destroy mankind, and that's pretty much what the song's about.
So have you thought about like your next album, like how this story will play into the next album, or how
Yes.
that will work?
Yeah,
Yes.
we got something planned, so it's gonna be juicy.
Is it gonna be like a sequel, or is it like a whole nother thing?
Part 2.
Whole nother thing. Something that's a little bit different from the first one we just put out. So
there'll still be a story to it, but yeah, it'll definitely be different from the music that you've heard.
Right.
For sure. We're expanding, we're
Yeah.
growing, and we're also getting a lot of different feedback from people. So it kind of goes off what they want to hear from us too.
Yep,
yeah.
exactly.
Hey, if anybody has questions for the band, get them in. We're getting probably about 3/4 way through this interview, so if you have any questions, get them in. So where can people find you? Where can people see you play and stuff?
Pretty much on all platforms you can find our music, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, I think
Twitter,
Twitter,
TikTok.
All those channels that everybody uses these days.
Yeah, and we have a link in the description. That goes to all their links and stuff like that. It's like a link tree type thing.
We also have a website, vickisdream.com.
Yep, we got the whole album on there. We've got merch on there too. If you want to buy some merch, we'd really appreciate your support. And we do play out. Our next show is December 17th at Furnace 41. So it's going to be a great big punk festival that we're playing. We're playing with a lot of great bands. Catch These Hands, shout out to y'all. We're playing with them, and I think Babbler and Gas Station Boner Pills, another great band too. so definitely DM us for tickets. We're selling them for $10, and yeah, we're really stoked.
Do you guys have merch and stuff?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
T-shirts, sweaters, caps, and stuff like that.
Old school CDs.
Yep, we've got CDs as well.
What's that? No, I'm just kidding.
Right? Everyone's streaming nowadays.
A hard copy is not a problem.
They're little miniature frisbees that sparkle in the sunlight.
And you can put them in a microwave.
Yes, you have a really
Don't do
cool
that.
light show to put them in a microwave.
Don't put it in the microwave.
Yeah.
We are looking for a drummer too. So if anyone out there is interested in auditioning on drums, please
Yeah,
let
we
us
need a
know.
drummer.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that, and I didn't know. I should have asked. I was going to, I should have said it before we went live. But yeah, so what's up with the drummer? So I know you have, I've seen you guys play with the drummer. So you just get somebody to fill in when you can and stuff like that until
Yeah,
you.
Our close friend Russell, he plays with us.
He plays with a rack.
Yeah, he plays with the rack.
Amazing drummer.
Yeah,
That's right. I remember you telling me that at Smith's Old Bar. Yeah,
yeah, he's a
He is
great
really
drummer.
yeah, he's a major help, and he's helping us get through, what we need to get through until we get to the next step. So
nice. Yeah, it's tough being in two different bands and stuff. I know some other people
is.
have tried that. But it's
oh yeah, he plays in like about 5 different bands.
Yeah, he's all over the place, man.
Yeah.
He's a busy guy.
wow, that's
We
amazing.
need someone that can dedicate themselves fully to us, and be with us 100%, and
Yeah.
not
Grow with
conflict
you and everything.
Mm-hmm.
too.
But yeah, this album's it's kicking butt already. It's just crazy how it just took off. So what was
Absolutely.
what was your favorite part of it? Was it the writing process, the recording?
It's just
Everything.
everything,
yeah.
man.
For
Just
me, everything.
It's
everything.
insane.
Just
Yeah.
hearing how it grew too. Like when we're just like putting our heads together and
Mm-hmm.
focusing on all the aspects of the album. It was just, we need this, we need a little bit of that, we need to do something like this to kind of bring parts out. It just how it all came together, man. It was a great learning experience too. So it was much fun.
All right, so you both play guitar. So does you guys kind of split the role of lead or in rhythm, or you guys kind of, or is
Just
one more lead than the other?
kind of all over the place.
Well, I'm kind of more of a shredder guitar player. So what you're hearing on Vandal Hearts, Desert Punks, Deja Vu, that's all me doing the shred guitar. Brent's at the end.
I'm more of a melodic guitar player.
He's more melodic for sure. He's doing more of the he's doing some leads too. We're kind of matching it. We're harmonizing together on stuff, especially at the end of Deja Vu. You can hear that the two guitars.
A lot of ambient leads.
Definitely, that's what he's doing more of.
Like Morbid, I'm doing all
Morbid.
the leads on Morbid.
He's all lead on Morbid.
Nice.
Yep.
Toxic. What's your favorite melodic bass line?
Ooh. That's hard. I mean, for the most part, I would have to say Jaco Pastorius. He really comes to my mind as far as like melodic. And yeah, I used to listen to a lot of Jaco back when I was in high school. So as soon as I picked up the bass guitar, a lot of his stuff I was learning. And I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head, but Jaco, he's definitely on my top list.
Nice. Cool. Hey, like I said, anybody else has some more questions? They're ready for them. So, Fantasia, what's your? Did I say that right? I'm sorry.
Asthma.
Yeah, I said that. I was like, seriously, I was like, oh my god, why did I just say that?
Oh, it's okay. Fantasia was cool too.
Oh man. Favorite singer. Can be female, male.
My favorite singer?
Yeah.
Ooh. I might get her name messed up because like it's changed like 3 times, but Anna, sorry if for some reason she's watching this, Anna Murphy from Elevati. They're like a Celtic metal band. They're pretty badass. But she's an angel.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, is there anything else you guys want to plug or anything, or?
Not much. I don't know. It's up to you guys.
Anything you want to share?
Well, in the future, we shall have some comic books, hopefully.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking forward to. And we could tell the story even more in depth with the, with the comic books. But, that's just a future project that, we're kind of like inspired to do.
I don't know if you can see the figures behind us, but we've got Demon Freya over here on the right. And
Nice.
Vicky over here, and then we've got little mini Freya
Mr.
over here,
Skull.
the human form of that.
You might want to pick her up.
No.
I bet you would like.
She's pretty creepy.
I have a dying fear of mannequins.
I bet you like to get a video game where people can go and pretend they're fighting demons in the video game.
So we're still developing the story, and we're looking to create like a whole multiverse out of this, and for people to get involved and hopefully help us write this story as well.
Right.
Really cool. Get a video game, comics.
Yeah, we're a bunch of nerds.
Yeah, we're like weird stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I should have done this interview last month when I had like the whole basement was like, like spooked out and everything. I had the dungeon and I had like the oh my
We
God.
always get spooked out.
What was it? The from Stranger Things, the big thing that's like over the school, Shadow Monster. It's not Shadow Monster, is it? What is that thing called? You guys are a Stranger Things thing, fan?
I've seen parts of the show. I haven't seen the whole.
Okay. Anyway, it was all here, like the whole entire space here was the monster, and like you would like, people are like dancing under it and stuff. It was really cool.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Nice.
That's our thing. We do it every year. We do, we spend probably like 4 weeks decorating and, for 4-hour party. then
Awesome, man.
then we spend another, 2 weeks undecorating.
Oh.
But next year will be our 20th, and that's probably going to be our last one next year. But it's just too much work, and we're getting older.
No.
But
Thing is getting old. It's a myth.
but everybody go check out their stuff, subscribe to them, play their music. More we play their music, put their music on a playlist. More playlists they get on, more recognition they get, and more plays they get, and it's. I think you guys have something special, and
Thank you.
and like I said, I can't wait to see you guys play live. I just, it's hard to see everybody, but I definitely need to.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And thank you all for listening to and for being here with us as well. And we so appreciate each and every one of you. Much love. Again, we're playing Furnace 41 December 17th at 7 p.m. That's when the show starts. So come have fun with us.
Nice. Well, everybody hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and go straight home.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Peace.